Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode I'd like to answer your question. This is the next Q&A video here on Caseback Watches. I received very interesting questions, picked a dozen or so, and yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. First question. Asked89 wants to know, how do you manage your time between your passion for watches, music, etc. versus your day job? Good question. As I find it increasingly difficult to find the time and energy for my watch passion within a busy work week. Any tips, advice is much appreciated. Yeah, very easy. You wait for the next virus, which forces you to stay at home, and then you have lots of time for your passions. No, kidding aside. My answer are 2 points. First, you have to reduce your hours in your day job. I think there's no way around it. My contract 6 years ago was very normal, 40 hours, and I reduced it to 32. What's this? And those 8 hours make such a difference, such a difference. I am now at the office in normal times, in normal days, from Monday to Thursday, and the Friday is off for me. And so I can make what I want with the Friday. I can make music and all the other things, or make tailor works. And this led, by the way, to the situation that my Fridays are now packed with work. They're way more exhausting than those days at the office. And if you cannot afford this, if you need your 40 hours to maintain your family, then you have to turn your passion into something which brings in money. I mean, I play in the band, and sometimes you can't see me here practicing, and I want. Sometimes I don't like the music, very rare occasion, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood. But then I have to practice because I play in a band. I have to play a show. I have to study a new piece of music, and so I turn the passion into a, let's say, small side business, and so I can compensate the lower wage, my lower income from my day job, right? This is the idea. Second part of my answer is you need a supportive family. You need a very supportive family, a family which is kind of proud of you, or at least loves what you do. So, for instance, if you, let's say you're a painter and your family loves your paintings, then they can tolerate that you are sometimes in your own corner, in your own mind, right? So support a family, reduce your day job. This is the answer. Sakis Park Carlos, very sorry, I hope I pronounced this the right way. What is your opinion on signet rings? If positive perception, how would you pair them with watches? How to put this? I find them rather quirky or even pretentious, to be frank. Is this thing, I'm so proud of my family values. I personally, this is my opinion, find it more attractive when somebody is proud of his or her own achievements, right? And I know some aristocrats here from my hometown, and for most of them it's very important to be known for something they've made themselves, not only the family. They don't want to hide behind their family. It's very important for those people that they can present something they've done and they're proud of. I think this is more important than wearing a signet ring. But if you see the signet ring only as an accessory, I mean, why not? And then I would match rather the style than, let's say, the color. Many people are then somewhat distracted. They see the let's say, golden signet ring and they wear a steel watch, and then they're kind of uncomfortable with this. I find this not necessary, to be frank. I would pair styles. If you have a very modern signet ring or a very antique signet ring, then the antique thing you shouldn't pair with a G-Shock, for example. This looks odd. But if you have a golden ring like your wedding band and the silver watch or steel watch, who cares? Who cares? Okay, next question. Frank Andre Holmestrand. Have you ever owned an Omega Seamaster 600 from the late 60s, early 70s? What are your impressions about the movement and the quality of the watch? Haben Sie ein schönes Wochenende. Thank you very much. Yes, I've owned one. This was, I think my first vintage watch was an Omega Seamaster 600, and very, very puristic little watch, and it was a gorgeous piece, very high quality. And I brought it to a watchmaker to check it and everything, and he said to me, this is beautiful, it's great movement in this watch, this is attractive, you cannot ruin it by normal use. And you see lots of those watches without any sort of patina on the dial, in perfect order after 70 or 60 years, and so the quality is definitely there. And if you are into vintage watches, then you should consider buy one, because they are not super pricey, and they are you can wear them, you can use them day to day, and so it's a great watch. Okay, next question. Jakub Jusa, I'm very sorry, don't know how to pronounce this. Any dressy chronograph recommendations? By the way, I love the channel, keep up the good work, and more guitar, please. Yes, thank you very much. Longines Conquest Heritage. There is a chronograph, I think it's from the 90s, 38 millimeters case diameter. Very classy watch, goes well with the bracelet, goes well with the strap. I try to find an image, and I will edit here the image in this video, and so then you can see what I mean. I'm sure you will be satisfied with this tip. Longines Conquest Heritage. Great watch. Okay, next question. Cedar Canoe. When will the public get tired of yet another 42mm diver watch with black dial cylinder, SW200 and metal bracelet? Seems like there's a lot of money to be made just with copying the micro brand concept over and over again. Some micro brands are unique and high quality, but the mass is just the same. So this is I think this is not a serious question, this is a complaint. But I want to ask you something now. Can you make really money with a micro brand? This is a serious question, I don't know this. Because let's say I'm a really ruthless I'm a businessman without own ideas. I don't have any creativity. I just want to make the quick dollar or the quick euro. And then with watches, with a micro brand with watches, I mean, there are so many business out there. And so is there any money, is there big money in the concept founding a micro brand and then buy something in China and then with a cylinder, and then can I make money with that? And so if you know this, if you have a point where I can start a research, then please put it in the comments. Would really interesting. Okay, next question. Kane Millard wants to know, what is your favorite looking watch of all time? Very simple. Oris pointer date from the 90s. By the way, every week a guy tries to buy that watch from me and writes me an email. No, this will not happen. This is absolutely a keeper. No damn way. I will keep that watch. Okay, next question. Oh, I have forgotten to write down the name of the person who wants to know. Very sorry, who wants to know. What is your position on customizing a watch? It seems to me, first, I respect this. There's beauty in it. If you have some timepiece and with an engraving, there's this concept where you can engrave even the bezel with very cool ornaments and so on. I really love that when I see it, and I'm a little bit jealous because I couldn't do that. I couldn't give the watch to a craftsman and say, change it. I don't know, I cannot do it, but I highly respect this, and it seems to me maybe that's a behavior from another time where people were satisfied with one single item over decades, and those times are long gone. I'm not sure if this is only bad, to be frank. There are some good aspects in it, but yeah, difficult question. But at the end, if you have something customized and you love it, then perfect. Okay, next question. Baron Silver Baron wants to know, dear Tim, I find myself liking hand-wound watches more and more, especially if they have a display case back. No large rotor blocking the view of the movement. What do you think? Yes, I agree. I own two hand-winding watches. This is the Polyod and the Seagull. And the Seagull has this display case and this old Venus movement clone inside. Really beautiful. And of course, I loved it. And the feel is pretty good. Sometimes you have a hand-winding watch and it feels... Maybe this makes absolutely no sense, but maybe you know what I mean. This is not so pleasant, but with some watches you make rip, and you are really, let's begin this day. This feels pretty good. Next question. Michael Salonga wants to know, why do I feel like I am the only woman who collects watches, views watch vlogs like yours, etc. Also, what is your favorite watch for women? You're not alone. I've checked my analytics extra for you, and Caseback watches have 2.1% women in the audience, and this seems very low, but it is in fact very high. Some other watch channels have 99.5% men, which is, I don't know, I'm not happy with that. The reason for this, I don't know. I think men like to play. They like it more than women maybe. And let's be frank, this it's not something serious. This is something to play with and spend tons of money on it. And yeah, this is, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Maybe it's the same thing for women with handbags. Although there is not a channel for handbags, or correct me if I'm wrong. So this is a unique specification of men, and yeah, I'm somewhat proud of it. Yeah, I like to play with watches, and so that's my not very good answer, I must say. My favorite watches for women is there's the Longines, Dolce Vita. Some of those models are really, really costly, but there's one very good looking watch with diamonds and beautiful numerals, beautiful hands. The next is the Cartier Tank. This is not very flashy, not very creative, to be frank, but it's a good looking watch. And I don't speak about the plated Cartier tanks. I speak about metal or solid gold, yeah. And the last watch I really loved, the look of the watch, was this Glashütte Original Lady Serenade, they call her. Lady Serenade with tons of diamonds, but very classy in a way, but extremely expensive, more than 10,000 if I recall correctly. So those are my 3 watches for women. Next question, Xander Cajun. Can you showcase some of your partner's art? Difficult, because she is her worst critic. I have this very often. Then I see one of her paintings and I say, this is gorgeous. Can I borrow this for the room? Can I have it? And then she tells me, no, it has to be destroyed. And then I ask, why is that? Because there is that flaw and that flaw, and then you see the tiny minor flaws. But she cannot tolerate it, and then she destroys, really. She uses the canvas for another painting, but I will try. So if you see now a painting, then I was successful. If not, then you see only me here, yes. By the way, her Instagram account is Manu de Assis. Next question comes from ID Klein. Why is Jimmy Dorsey your hero compared to Benny Goodman, who is my hero? In your estimation, was he a better clarinetist, composer and band leader than Goodman? I think you have seen my description on the band page, Duke and Dukies. There I've said this, that Jimmy Dorsey is my hero. And the answer is that I love Benny Goodman, but sometimes his sound for me is too polished. I mean, he was very famous for this particular sound, but I feel that the Dorsey brothers were more rough. The music is not super polished, and you have here dings and dangs, and I like this more. Jimmy Dorsey, yeah. Next question comes via Instagram. Nicotina wants to know, in a lot of online listings it says, for example, Rolex Submariner 16610 D plus P, and then the price 8,000, for example. What does the D plus P mean? I don't know. I've checked this. I've no idea. But I haven't found it so often, to be frank. But maybe a viewer knows the answer, and then put it in the comments, please. This would be very helpful. Okay, and now the last question in this video comes from Jim White. And he asks about my Oris Diver 65 bronze. And he wants to know if the bronze makes some trouble on my skin. Let us know if your wrists turn green. No problem. I've stated a little bit. It's not enough for an image, and I think it's not enough for the camera, but you can see it's a little shade, especially if I'm sweating, then you can see a little green shade. But apparently for my skin it's okay. But it's a good question, and of course, I mean, the patina of bronze will turn your skin a little bit greenish, By the way, my theory is that they've used for the bezel another bronze than for the bracelet, because you see the bronze on the bracelet, there's very little patina on it, and on the bezel there's plenty of patina. By the way, great watch. I'm still really happy with that watch. Okay, and now let me give you 2 little tips. We're still in the crisis here. We have still a lot of spare time, and I've cleaned a little bit my study here, and I get rid of some really bad corners. And I found 2 interesting items I want to show you. This is a great movie. In fact, a TV series called Fleming. This is the German version, but of course it's available in English. And the man who wanted to be a Bond. And this is about Fleming. This is about Ian Fleming, the young Ian Fleming, as an unsuccessful stockbroker in London in the 30s. First connections to the Naval Secret Service, first contact to the CIA, first ideas how to create a fascinating character in this setting. And it's an amazing miniseries, amazing piece. I've recommended this years ago to several of my friends, and they all were super happy and super excited about that great miniseries starring Dominic Cooper. And so big recommendation. It's available on Amazon. I think I will try to find the link, affiliate link, and then I place this in the description. And the next thing I want to recommend you is a very good book, and I think we need something like that right now. This is Factfulness, written by Hans Rosling, and 10 reasons we're wrong about the world and why things are better than you think. And he's written this before the crisis right now, but we will see better times, and then I think it's very helpful to realize sometimes that the world is not all evil, that the world is not doomed, and that the situation of many people is better than we think. For example, average number of babies per woman from 1800 to today. And there you see overpopulation, yes, but it's getting better. The entire book is stuck with those numbers. Deaths from disaster between 1900 and 2010. And there you see it. And he proves everything with good research and with numbers that many aspects of our world are better than we think. And so I place a link in the description. Factfulness by Hans Rosling. Big recommendation. Okay, and I think this is enough for this video. Thank you very much for your attention. Stay healthy, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful, stay at home. We will see better days, I'm pretty sure. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and maybe until next time.